Some of the issues I'm having in building my new dump trestle is that the track is running parallel to a hill, meaning the hill is sloping down like this. And it causes all the different piles here to be at a different elevation, and that the footing, the concrete, kind of moves down the hill. So I have to measure down for every one of these. And then the other thing is that these two outer ones, because they're at an angle, they're actually moving farther away as they go down. And the inner ones here on the upside of the hill are closer together than the outer ones that are way far apart down here. So what I did is I made this little tool here. I 3D printed this on an FDM printer. And the two center ones are fixed. Their spacing between each other is fixed. So I just made that one piece. And then as you can see, the outer ones here, they actually slide on these pieces of scrap strip wood. Inside here are more scrap strip woods with little handles I super glued on there. And then what it allows me to do is go to the layout and place this down on the bottom of the foam that I have underneath the trestle site. And then what I do is I can move these both up and down till they touch the bottom of each bent, and then I can move these outer ones, the spacing, so that this is directly under each footing, and then I can come back and I can measure both the height, and I can record that onto my templates, and then I can get the spacing between them so I can record that. I have one of these for every trestle bent. So this is trestle bent number 4, and I've recorded my spacing and then my height from the bottom of the layout. Now these are just simple templates I printed off, and I would hold these underneath the trestle. I actually had them on a piece of foam, and I would rough sketch the height of these piers here just to get an idea how to make these. So I made the wood trestle bents first, which I'll show you in a minute here, and I put those in on the layout, and then I used this tool to continue on down from each one of those locations down to the bottom supporting foam piece. So let's go over to the layout and kind of see how this looks in there. So here at the trestle site, what I've done is I've used just this piece of rail, and it's laid down at an angle here. It's touching up here, and it's hitting back down there in the backdrop where I want the hill to end. And then, for example, on this bent here, and I can't slide this all the way underneath here because I put some of the cross bracing in under there, but I took these paper templates and I had a piece of this foam backing them, and I slid them underneath here up to the bottom of the stringers on the trestle, and then I would draw a line. So this was up a little higher because I've already glued in these pieces up here. So it was kind of up like this. I just ran my pencil along here and drew a line on this piece of paper here. And that gave me the approximate slope of the hill. And then what I did is I kind of sketched in about where I thought my pier heights would be. And then this one is trestle bent number 5. And on the prototype, this particular one, these two shared the same elevation, so I imagine the hill probably came down in real life. Maybe had a little bit of a hill like that, and then came down. And so then I built this trestle bent using these heights I measured down from here, but they were just estimates of where they were going to be, and I knew that the final height would be a little bit different from these. So that's why I made the tool here that I can slide these down, and I can go underneath here, and I'm going to put another piece of 1-inch foam underneath here, so I'll move this piece of foam in here, and then I slide this underneath here, and you can see this one's still too high, so I'll probably have to get a shorter piece of wood in that one here. So right now between me and this, there's a camera, so I can't get in here very easily, but I'll come in here and it looks like I'll have to put a shorter one on the outside. And then I just raise these up until they touch those, and then I slide these inner and outer ones in until they're centered underneath each one of those. So I'll show you a picture of it, how it looks when it's in place. That'll be easier than me trying to do this with the camera between me and the trestle. So here are the finished piers 1 through 6. They're going to take a little bit of shimming, like this one's, it's a little bit between the bottom of it and the foam there. And then number 2 is a little high. I'll have to shave the foam just a little teeny bit to get those to pull down on there, but that's how that looks in there. And then, you know, the scenery is going to be mostly down, like if this is the ground, it'll be just having the tips of those stick out right there. So I'll have to get these in primer next and then get this whole thing all leveled and glued in here.